Episode 2. Okay, we're watching the Traitors, y'all. Season 3. If you have not watched the Traitors, definitely get in there. So last episode, y'all know they were bringing in 2 secret players, and they were also bringing in Boston Rob as a traitor. All right, so Alan Cummins told Boston Rob that he was going to come in as a traitor. And then I believe the other 2 are going to be faithfuls, but we see that in this second episode. Okay, so remember there was already like some little tension about the people who they left at the spots to, in the mission yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but I watched it yesterday. But the last episode, right? So they revealed that they're bringing back Wes, who's from the challenge, and they're bringing back Derrick, my big brother friends. Y'all know who Derrick is. Derrick was the cop from Big Brother, and they're both going to be faithfuls, all right? And so Boston Rob is going to be a traitor. So there's going to be 4 traitors in total. It's going to be Danielle Reyes, Carolyn from Survivor, Bob the Drag Queen, and now Boston Rob. Now that is like a crazy mix. All right, it was already kind of volatile with Carolyn and Danielle because they weren't really agreeing or whatever. But Boston Rob was going to throw some salt in that game or whatever. But the first 3 traitors have to pick somebody to take out. All right. So it came down to Dorinda, who's a housewife, Dolores, who's also a housewife, and Robin, who is also a housewife, right? So they end up, I just ended up feeling like Carolyn is going to be a problem. She's like a hot wire. Like I don't even know whether it's editing or whether they cut stuff out or whatever, but they just made it look like she is going to be a problem. So when somebody gets murdered the night before, it comes out at breakfast the next day because they're all sitting at breakfast together waiting to see who does not show up. All right. So they're all at breakfast and they want to see who doesn't show up, and they find out that Dorinda got the axe. Now, Dorinda was pissed last episode because she, when they got back, the people had eaten up most of the food and they were cold, and she just thought that they were just so careless. And she was like, if I don't get, taken out tonight, I'm coming for everybody who, I'm gonna remember all y'all faces who left us out there or whatever. So she was coming for everybody, right? But they had to get rid of her. They got rid of her. And so anyway, so everybody's like at breakfast figuring that out or whatever. And then they go on to their mission for the day. And this is when the new players enter the game. They go into the woods and they got Derrick, Wes, and Boston Rob hanging in these like cages. And so everybody got to go around and collect these coins to be able to put in the slots so that they can lower the cages. All right. And so the new players are going to be safe from, that night's elimination. And they get to sit at a round table, but they don't get to participate or whatever. So they do that. They have the first round table, but as a whole, none of the people are detecting the traitors. Like, they are totally on the wrong path. And it is just crazy to watch, you know what I mean? And then I keep on having this thought as I'm watching it, like, it's one thing for us to watch it as the show, as the show is aired, but it's another thing for them to actually watch it back and to realize that they were being lied to the whole time by certain people. Because I'm going to tell you, like, they're taking this game seriously, all right? Like, tears are shed. Like, it's really, really, serious. But anyway, so at the first round table, like I said, as a whole, they are just not on the right track at all. So they put up Ivar, who is the royal guy. They put up Robin, and they put up Wells. Wells, everybody's been thinking that he is a traitor or whatever. And so, like, they, all go around the table and everything. So Wells is the one that gets banished. And so once you get banished at the round table, you go up and you reveal whether you're a faithful or a traitor. So they'll know whether they're on the right tracks or not. So, yeah, they got that one wrong. And so then after the round table, Robin, who's a housewife, and a couple other people, they start to suspect Bob the drag queen. They start to throw his name around, okay? But anyway, so when the new players came in, when Derrick, Rob, and Wes came in, they each had a shield, and they have to give it to somebody. that's already there. So Boston Rob gives his to Tony. Now him and Tony were on Survivor together, right? They have like a bond. So he gave Tony his shield. And then Derrick gave his to Dylan. Even though Danielle said that she needed it, but Danielle's a traitor, so she didn't really need it. But she asked for it and he was gonna give it to her, but then he ended up giving it to Dylan. And so then Wes gives his to Jeremy. Okay. And so then it's revealed to the traitors that Boston Rob is one of the traitors. All right. And so that, like I said, at that point is where it gets interesting because, Carolyn is really like a hot wire. She didn't really agree with Danielle already. And then here come Boston Rob, and he kind of notices that, how the group is being run. And so it's going to be interesting. All right. So far, we got 4 traitors. We have one person that's gone home. Wes has gone home, and he was a faithful. Okay. And then, we have to find out next episode who else is going to go home, how it's going to go with Rob being one of the traitors. Because as a traitor, not only do they have to meet in secret to cast these votes, but they got to go around and just pretty much fake with everybody, trying not to look like a traitor, trying to look like a faithful, and like it just gets dirty. Like I said, there are tears that are shed in this show. There are bonds that seem to be broken. We're gonna talk about that next episode because Rob has to make a choice, and it got pretty serious. And so it's like, people are human. So I just wonder how they feel when they get back, when the show is airing, like after they get to see how these people lied to their face. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, catch me in episode 3. That's when we'll talk about what happens when the next person leaves. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video.